What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know boxing, coming back at y'all with another one, man. So I just recently looked at an interview with Teofimo. Shout out to Michelle Joy Phelps. Did a lengthy interview with her, and he said quite a few things that rubbed me the wrong way, especially what he had to say about Terence Crawford and his opponents at 147. Now I like Teo a lot, but some of the things that he says I just cannot agree with. All right, I'm gonna play what he had to say, and then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of throw some things up that Teofimo didn't want to talk about, and I'm just gonna put out the truth, because it's like, bro, I really do like Teo, but sometimes the things that he says, it just kind of just makes me not really, it kind of makes me not care for him. But let me show you guys what he said, let you guys listen, and then let me go ahead and hold up the mirror.
The fighters that Crawford fought were handicapped. You know what I'm saying? Look, Errol Spence just announced about his cardiac, his eye and stuff. Jose Benavidez, when he fought him, he had a shot leg. When he and then who's the other fighter that he faced that they try to make it a big thing, and he was injured too? Kell Brook with his eye. So every fighter that Crawford has faced throughout the 147 division, whether it looks good on paper, they've been injured. To rewrite history by the winners. I'm a two-time undisputed world champion, first male, and what do? Hide it under the books. Why? I don't know. That's politics for you guys.
Before we get on,
Devin Haney's just writing off my coattails, copy and paste. The only difference is our skin complexion, and that's what stays with the race. But that's the thing. This is not a race, and this is not a marathon in that end. What it is really is this. The only race I believe in is what Rosa Parks said, which is their grandmother, their great-great-great-grandmother. And she said it best. She said, the only race I believe in is the human race. And that's where we're at. You know, there's no dividends. There's no black or white. There's none of that. You know, people want to call me racist for what? What have I said racist about? Black fighters? Black fighters, listen, I'm a black fighter, for crying out. I fight like a black fighter, and I'm Spanish. So, shoot, I'm black from the waist down. You feel me? So it's like, I don't care what they say. It's just that people get upset. Yo, I'm sorry, I'm dope. What do you want me to say? You guys can't fight like that. You guys just don't know how to entertain the way Teofimo does.
Now notice how he discredits Crawford's opponents at 40 by saying that they're injured, but bro, no, forget that. Let's talk. Okay, so Teofimo chooses not to give Terence Crawford credit because he said certain guys were injured. First and foremost, Kell Brook. Okay, first of all, I don't like the angle that Teofimo is coming at Terence Crawford. I really feel like it's a little bit of jealousy there, because Terence Crawford is the first male to become undisputed legitimately become undisputed in 2 different weight classes in the 4-belt era. Not Teofimo. He wants to claim it, but it's not the case. Terence Crawford is the first one to actually do it. And I feel like he wants to discredit Terence Crawford by saying the guys that he was injured, but the fact is, bro, whether we want to say Errol Spence was injured or not, the fact is, or whether you want to say, but the fact is, all of them stepped in the ring, right? Now, this is a picture of Lomachenko. This is Lomachenko actually the Monday after his fight with Teofimo. All right, so let's talk about it. Since he wants to talk about guys that Terence Crawford fought that was injured, let's talk about his biggest victory. Alright, so shout out to Boxing News 24/7 says Lomachenko fought Teofimo with an injured shoulder, had surgery on Monday, okay? Vasily Lomachenko fought Teofimo Lopez with an injured right shoulder last Saturday night. And he had surgery Monday in Los Angeles to have the problem repaired. Lomachenko will be able to resume training in late January. That rules out a quick rematch with Teofimo, who could be facing either Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia next. Yahoo Sports report that Dr. Neil S. El Trikalakabaka operated on former WBA, WBC, and WBO lightweight champion Lomachenko, who has the record at the time was 14-2 with 10 knockouts, and successfully repaired the issue. Lomachenko having fought Teofimo with an injured shoulder effectively minimizes the significance of his victory. Last Saturday, it was widely believed that Teofimo had done something special in beating the highly talented Lomachenko by a 12-round unanimous decision. That victory is now less important than it previously was. Teofimo beat Lomo but it was a close call. Except for the 12th round, Lomachenko took over the fight in the second half of the bout and had Teofimo looking worried, confused, and exhausted. Lomachenko looked like the younger fighter in the last half of the match, which that's how he typically does. While many boxing fans on social media are taking verbal shots at Lomachenko, saying that he's using the shoulder injury as an excuse for his loss to Lopez, still Dr. Alaka has confirmed that he was injured. First treated Lomachenko 6 weeks ago during the training camp. Loma still went through with the fight, so he was actually injured before the fight, and it says like 6 weeks in training camp. 60 weeks ago, while in training camp, he was treated. Lomachenko was treated. Loma went still through with the fight, but he had pain in his right shoulder when he would throw punches. Lomachenko suffered the injured shoulder while in camp training for his October 17th fight against IBF lightweight champion Teofimo in the bubble in MGM Grand Las Vegas. The shoulder injury took place last Monday night in Los Angeles. Loma's surgery was on the same shoulder in which he had surgery in 2018 before his fight against Jorge Linares. For some reason, Lomachenko didn't disclose the injury to promoter Bob Arum of Top Rank, who would obviously have liked to have known about it. If Arum was told about the injury, he could have postponed the match until Lomachenko had surgery and rehabbed his arm. Dr. Alaka says that Lomachenko should be able to come back from the surgery. I wouldn't expect that he has any limitation after this one for what we are able to do. Not all repeat surgeries have worse prognosis, said Alaka. He had what we called a hemorrhagic thickened bursitis. Hemorrhagic thickened bursitis. Somebody correct me in the comment section if I read that wrong. That's the tissue that lubricates and cushions the rotator cuff, which is where we had to treat him. Many boxing fans are stumped mad hearing about Lomachenko's shoulder injury and subsequent surgery. The fans wanted to know why Loma didn't disclose the problem ahead of time or cancel or postpone the fight. All right, so there we go. All right, so look, this is the stuff that I talk about. All right, now you try to criticize Terence Crawford, off of his victories. Regardless, we gave you full credit for Loma. You have to give Terence Crawford full credit for Errol and Kilbrook, all of them, because at the end of the day, they stepped into the ring. Whether you want to, they stepped into the ring. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, it was the biggest fight of last year, or between that and Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis. So I'll probably say maybe the second biggest. But bro, they stepped to the ring. Furthermore, bro, you want to sit here and claim that you're a 2-division undisputed champion when, bro, you're not even undisputed in one weight class, bro. That's the stuff that I'm talking about that T.O. does that just irritates me, man. Let me pull up something for you guys just to see. Shout out to BoxRec.com, okay? Listen, look at this. Now, on the top, you have Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. And at the bottom, you have Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. Teofimo lost to George Kambosos, but look at all the belts that are on the line. The IBF, the WBA, and the WBO, right? Because guess who had the WBC? Devin Haney. Lomachenko was recognized as the WBC franchise champion, which is not even a title, it's just a status according to Mauricio Suleiman. But look what was on the line when Devin Haney fought George Kambosos. The IBF, the WBA, the WBC, and the WBO. All of the belts were on the line. So how could Teofimo Lopez say that he was undisputed when we can the whole point of being undisputed is not being able to dispute who the champion is, who the best is in that division? Well, we can dispute that by saying Devin Haney had the WBC belt. Therefore, he never fought for all of those titles. He didn't, bro. He was a unified champion at 135, but not an undisputed champion. And then he wants to claim undisputed at 140 because he beat Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor did have all the belts, but not at the time that Teofimo beat him. So therefore, he just got the WBO belt. He has only the WBO title. You cannot claim something that you have not. You can't claim being undisputed when you haven't won all the belts. You are only the WBO champion at 140 pounds, man. So I just want to go ahead and touch on that, man, because like I said, I like Teo, but some of the things that he says really irritates me. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?